Okay boys, welcome back. It's going to be a trade breakdown for a short I took pre-market, how I confirm high of day, how I use 4-hour profiling, and how I use OTE for lower time frame continuation, specifically for entries. Okay, so weekly open right here, we open high first. This is a bearish protraction, right? Think PO3, open high first, and then we want to see a low close like this. Target, of course, is going to be unestablished low of day and to rebalance this new week opening gap. Also, look how we're trading into something relevant. This is a daily swing point. So, of course, after we see expansion, new phase of price, I'm looking for that daily retracement back towards the open. Okay, unestablished low of day coupled with new week opening gap away from a relevant swing point. Now, that's the daily profile, and we can actually whittle that down to 4-hour profiling. Okay, 1800, 2200, 2 a.m. right here. This is the first relevant time block that's for me on this day, right? So this is the London session. We see London trades into a relevant key level, which is this daily swing, but it fails to complete two criteria to confirm high of day for me on the 4-hour specifically. So I'm not talking about the 2-stage crack or 1-stage crack. It will be 2-stage reversals, right? So I'm not talking about SMT or PSP here. I'm talking about actually confirming a reversal on the H4 candle alone. And then I demand 2 criteria to qualify or validate that, right? So for a valid reversal, we need to see price or candle close a reversal, which in this case it did, because look how we wick and close back inside. However, this is not valid because we did not confirm a reversal inside this H4 candle. We can see this more clearly by looking on the H1. See how order flow is still bullish in this case. So this is 2 a.m. open right here. Within this 4-hour, right, we've just seen chop. We're not displaced away from this key level. You see how we're still in bullish order flow, holding this gap. If we were bearish, okay, then I at least need to see closure below the opening price or to invert this gap before 6 a.m. open, okay, and then we see a continuation away from this relevant swing point. But price at 2 a.m. or before the 6 a.m. open has done this. Yep, we've closed reversal, but we've failed to confirm reversal. Hence, I know IFD is yet to be confirmed, and I can look for this 2 a.m. to hold, or sorry, to become the anchor for reversal, like this. And then from there, I want 6 a.m. to open high first, the same way the daily does, and then have a protraction like this. And we confirm the protraction phase through high of day, through the criteria and the standard deviation projections I'm about to show you from there. And then we look again to target this daily open aligned with the new week opening gap. Okay, so daily profile is open, high, low, close like this. 4-hour profile at 6 a.m. is again open, high, low, close. The narrative fits, and I'm just looking to now confirm high of day away from here using the align key levels, which I'm about to show you. So now we've built a narrative for a 6 a.m. high of day reversal like this. And now I'm looking for align key levels. So I could simply wait for confirmation above this high here, wait for a swing point to form, displacement, and then use OT to see continuation lower, which I do, but I can actually try predict high of day as well using standard deviation in this case. So 2 align key levels is what I'm looking for. 1 is going to be a 15-minute deviation, so projection from here, and I'm going to look for max expansion around this level above the previous 4-hour candle, and then the next level is going to be a 5-minute deviation inside here, and I'm going to take that and look for aligned max expansion for both of these levels, right? Key point is we have to align narrative in the key open, so this 6 a.m. open right here with align key levels. Notice as well how this is only going to be a reversal away from this previous daily swing point, which was somewhere around here, okay? Without that higher time frame key level, I'm not looking for any form of reversal or intraday retracement at all. Only with those criteria can I actually validate shorts from here. So this final leg of manipulation on the 15 minute before that weekly close, we saw this new day opening gap or new week opening gap. See this 15 minute leg here. Because this is a large range, I'm using body to body, so the absolute low and the absolute high of these bodies range, and I'm using that as a deviation to project this max expansion up here. My eyes are drawn to this minus 4.5 because this is currently above the previous 4-hour candle. The second deviation is the manipulation leg of this current daily low, right? So although this is the current low of day or unestablished low of day, of course, the opening price 1800, this bit above is actually more relevant for me on the M5 because we have an actual manipulation here. So this is a strong protected swing point, and then using the recent swing from wick low to wick high, because this is a smaller range, I'm using wick to wick, and then you see how these standard deviation projections, so the max expansion of these, also align up perfectly above the previous 4-hour candle, which is this 2 a.m. range. Okay, so right here, look how we have the negatives 4.5 and 4.25 aligned perfectly here. I'll make this a bit clearer. I can do yellow like that and then remove my projections. This specifically is the area I'm looking for a reversal away from, like this. Perfect. So now we have the new 4-hour open coming up. I'm going to do the first hourly candle right here and show you how, again, from the daily, the 4-hour and the 1-hour, this protraction phase is most ideal. So 6 a.m. open right here. On the daily, we opened high first. On the new 4-hour, we're opening high first. Within this hour of the first 4-hour candle, we're opening high first into the relevant level. And look here, although this was an unfortunate, well, not unfortunate, but like an unexpected or spontaneous news release, it's always going to be a large wick. I'm not going to use a limit at this time, pre 7 a.m. especially, pre 8 a.m. even, to actually trade or limit this level, and then with a set stop loss, right? So what I'm doing is I have an alert here, and I'm going to be reactive from that. With that then, when I see this large opposing wick, I'd rather wait for some displacement and confirmation that this was actually hold, this hourly high, and then from there it's going to be then later confirmed as high of day. Okay, so what I'm looking for is the news wick of this new range right here to see displacement away, which then confirms this as a protected swing point, and then from there I'm going to draw my OTE, and then we'll see at the new hourly open, again hourly open high, low close, we'll see a deviation of this range, and then we'll displace lower, confirming high of day pre-news or pre-driver around 9:30, and then from there, when we've already seen manipulation pre-driver, then it's a simple driver continuation towards the open draw at the low like this. See how on the 4-hour we have gone from this narrative of market maker buy model. Okay, so we've gone range high, range low. We've delivered from there at this buy side of the curve, and now we look on the lower time frame. We're just doing the same thing inversed, right? So the previous bullish 4-hour market maker buy model was a phase of expansion, whereas this lower time frame market maker sell model is like the profile or the narrative of a daily retracement, right? So it's intraday reversal, range high to range low, away from protected high of day, using OT for retracement, manipulation, and expansion pre-driver equals driver continuation towards the aligned 1800 daily open and new week opening gap right here. Now this is my entry criteria on this trade using OTE. Okay, so we see this news range from here, we've seen displacement lower, but now we have to draw the fib to actually see where we want to see that continuation from, right? How deep will we retrace before we continue lower after confirming this high of day? So range high to low, 075 is the key level. My entry criteria here then, we have retrace to OTE. See how we sweep out this engineered liquidity right here, and we also get this valid C2 closure. So this right here is like, again, protraction phase, but just simply on the 1 minute on the lower time frame, which I'm looking for entry. And this right here confirms this as a swing point, protected swing, because this is engineered liquidity being run out. So this is going to hold as the high of the retracement, deep in OTE, deep in a premium, and then from there we're going to look for continuation lower. Now ideally I want to position myself within the open of this next candle, but you see we have that flat open and immediately displaced lower. So I'm thinking, okay, let me just get my entry somewhere around here. It was around this level, and then from there I've stopped at this high, maybe 1 or 2 ticks above, and then my TP all the way back to this daily open down here. So in the end I booked around 819 risk to reward, I believe it was. So perhaps my entry was something like this, and then from there all you have to do is hold through the news driver entry pre-market. Price has no reason to retrace or come and sweep this high once again. There's nothing relevant above here. This is already protected swing. This is protected. This is protected. So now all we need to see is displacement lower. You see how we have a lot of time before 9:30, which is here. We have loads of time to displace lower before then. So I'm not looking for price to chop inside here, and then we'll have like a delayed reversal profile like this again. Absolutely not. I want to do this and then a continuation lower, and it's at this phase I'm holding through 9:30 towards this low down here. So eventually price delivers to the low around 9:30, but by my entry already inside here, all I'm doing is holding through the news driver, right? Now, if people are to enter somewhere around here, maybe get confused by this chop. Now, of course, this is not great price action. It's hard to find an entry inside here for either side, whether you want longs or whether you want shorts. But all I have to do is nothing. I do nothing, hold my position all the way through this chop. Don't get confused or thrown off by displacement at 9:30. No, all you do, all the way through towards the valid draw. And there you are. Finally, we deliver to the low, and that is around 19R booked for the entire day. Final recap then, just very, very briefly. We'll go over everything I've just discussed once more. So daily open high, low close. This is unprotected. So 4-hour open high, low close again. 2 AM is the anchor for reversal. So we need to see high of day confirmed away from here. Target is aligned 1800, unestablished low of day, and rebalance of the new week opening gap. And of course, we're trading away from this daily relevant high as well. That is the overall key level for this. 1 hour, open high, low close. So the 4 hour must open high first, trade away from this key level. We see displacement on the M5 right here with this news or data release. Displacement away, draw OTE from this range, we retrace to OTE, and then from there we simply find our entry criteria. So we have 1 minute engineered liquidity here, sweep that, we have a valid M1 protraction, so this is a C2 closure on the 1 minute, and then enter on the next candle's open right here. Target all the way back down at the lows, and bang, that is it. Daily or intraday retracement profile, daily reversal profile, and trading away from high of day pre-news driver. This is pre-market. Yeah, continuations, small stops, OT, and high risk to reward. Link is in bio, and link in the Discord as well for Discord. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.